Arcadian Vanguard presents the Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Tuesday, August 8th, 2023. Good morning. I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with last night's edition of WWE Monday Night Raw, broadcast live on the USA Network from the Target Center in Minneapolis. In the main event, the team of Cody Rhodes, Shinsuke Nakamura, and World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins defeated Judgment Day's Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and NXT North American Champion Dominic Mysterio when Rhodes pinned Balor. An injured Sami Zayn helped even the odds when Priest tried to use his Money in the Bank briefcase as a weapon. Zayn had been the original partner of Rhodes and Rollins, but was hurt when he was attacked by J.D. McDonough in a backstage angle. Following the victory, Nakamura turned on his partners, laying out Rollins and leaving the ring to end the show.
The celebration. Wait a minute! Arcade tosser from Nakamura to Rollins.
Well, we mentioned it earlier tonight. Shin is fed up and frustrated on Raw. He's here to accomplish big things, and that frustration is boiling over before our eyes.
Chad Gable won a fatal four-way over Matt Riddle, Tommaso Ciampa, and Ricochet in front of a hometown crowd, scoring the pin on Ciampa. The win earns Gable a shot at Intercontinental Champion Gunther. Gunther and Gable later came face-to-face during a segment in which Gable saved his tag team partner Otis from an attack by Imperium. The attack occurred after Otis had just been defeated by Imperium's Ludwig Kaiser. LA Knight confronted The Miz during an in-ring promo segment during which Miz tried to cheap shot Knight, but instead was laid out by Knight to end the segment.
Miz with a cheap shot. Of course he did. And now Miz,
he's gone.
Miz hammering away on LA Knight. The jealousy and rage.
Skull-crushing finale.
And LA Knight, though, able to turn it around into a BFT. Blunt force trauma.
I have a feeling that's not going to be the last we hear of The Miz.
The New Day, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston joined forces for their first televised main roster match together since 2022, gaining a victory over the Viking Raiders. In other results, Nakamura pinned Bronson Reed and Shayna Baszler defeated Zoe Stark. Also on the show, it was announced that Sonya Deville had suffered a torn ACL during her tag team match on last week's SmackDown and would be out of action for an unspecified period of time, requiring the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship to be vacated. In more injury news, Jonathan Gresham is out of action with an undisclosed injury suffered during training, according to an announcement yesterday from Beyond Wrestling. The Massachusetts-based independent promotion had Gresham booked to face Ryan Clancy at its American Rana event Sunday in Worcester. Gresham is expected to be out of action for 4 to 6 weeks. Beyond Wrestling has yet to announce a replacement opponent for Clancy. And in ratings news, WWE SmackDown's live broadcast on Fox last Friday night drew an average audience of 2.248 million according to WrestleNomics. The rating in the key 18 to 49-year-old demographic was .62, representing 812,000 viewers on average. The overall number is down slightly from the July 29th edition, which notched 2.323 million viewers, although this week's rating in the key 18 to 49-year-old demo was up slightly from that episode's 801,000 viewers. AEW Rampage drew an audience of 434,000 viewers to TNT last Friday night, according to WrestleNomics. That total is up 25.3% from the previous week's viewership of 324,000. The rating in the key 18 to 49-year-old demographic was .14, representing 181,000 viewers, up 53,000 viewers on average from the previous week's .10 key demo rating. According to WrestleNomics, this was Rampage's highest total viewership since June 30th and its highest 18 to 49-year-old demo viewership since April 7th. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the wrestling news across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the wrestling news. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.